What's up, everyone? It's TurnerFan77, and I'm back with another video, and this is answering the call to Huck Pop Culture's Challenge number 4. Pick 25 directors plus one for an ensemble cast, and let's just get right into it because these videos are normally long for me. I usually don't do a whole lot of long videos. So yeah, let's just get right into it. This was fun. I picked a couple of directors that I really liked, and some I tried to. Of one actor, I tried to get as many different directors that directed him because everybody knows me, knows I'm a Tom Cruise fan. So I tried to pick some directors that had worked with Tom Cruise. So let's just get right into this one. First up, this is my number one pick. This is the only one that I had to pick first, and that is Kevin Smith. Everybody knows me, knows I love Kevin Smith. This is This is my top Kevin Smith movie because this movie moves me, and this movie just means a lot to me. So Clerks 2, first pick. Number 2 is Bong Joon-ho. I probably butchered his name. I'm a big fan of his. I love Parasite. I love Okja. I think that's how you say. Again, I can't talk right. So, and then The Host. I really like this. There's a couple more of his I want to check out, but every film I've seen of his, I really loved. Next up is Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ. This movie is very moving. Mel Gibson directs the hell out of this. This is a hard movie to watch, but this is a must-have in your collection. I have it on DVD. I recently upgraded to the Blu-ray. As you can see, I haven't yet opened it, but I'm going to get to it. Next up is Clint Eastwood's American Sniper. I'm a huge fan of Clint Eastwood, especially his directing. He's a great director. He knows how to pick his movies, and this is another great one. Next up is Peterberg. Me and David at the 4K Lowdown were recently talking about Peterberg. When we were doing 80s movies, we were talking about Shocker, because that's where I first recognized him in. It was Shocker, when he was an actor. But he turned into a great director, and he did an amazing job on Lone Survivor. And then Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut. This is my first pick for Tom Cruise and Stanley Kubrick. This movie's... You just need to see it, that's all. You just have to see this movie. And next up is Mission Impossible 3, J.J. Abrams. Everybody knows J.J. Some people love him, some people hate him. I dig J.J. I like almost everything he's done. I can't think of a thing off the top of my head that I don't like of his. So when he's working with Tom Cruise, it's a win for me. Next up, Steven Spielberg, Minority Report. This is a great movie. I wish we'd hurry up and get a 4K of this because this definitely needs a 4K treatment. And then Oliver Stone, Born on 4th of July. This movie is, to me, this is kind of a tough movie to watch. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor, watch it. Oliver Stone does an amazing job on this. And then number 10 is Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. And this director is mostly known for his Pixar work and Disney work. He did The Incredibles. I don't know what else he's done over there. But Brad Bird. He does a really good job here. This is one of my favorite Mission Impossibles. So again, do yourself a favor. If you haven't watched any of the Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise, do yourself a favor. Pick them up cheap. Blu-ray, 4K, DVD, I don't care what it is. Just pick it up, or even rent them on Vudu, Apple, or iTunes, whatever you want to call it. Just watch them. They're fun movies. And you won't be let down. And then I got Rob Reiner's A Few Good Men, another Tom Cruise movie. This movie is great. And this 4K transfer of this movie is really good. For a courtroom drama, this is a great 4K. So definitely get this in your collection. And then, so I had these written down in certain order so I didn't forget them. Robert Rodriguez, From Dusk Till Dawn. It's hit and miss for me on Robert Rodriguez, but this is a hit. This is one of his hits. From Dusk Till Dawn, great vampire movie with the Gecko brothers. You got that iconic scene with the ever so beautiful Salma Hayek. So pick this Blu-ray up. Definitely worth having in your collection. Next up is James Wan. I know over at Geeks and Flicks, they're having, later on this month, it's the end of the month, I'm not sure, but they're doing a James Wan director spotlight. So that's why I picked James Wan. He's a great director. I love the Conjuring movies, and I absolutely love Malignant. I was surprised when I first saw this how much I really enjoyed it. So I'm glad I didn't get the Blu-ray, and I waited for the 4K to come out because this is a must-have. And then you got the one and only, one of my favorite actors, turned director. He is an amazing director, and that is Ben Affleck's The Town. Ben, he picks good movies to direct. He got Argo. I almost picked that, but I didn't. But I went with this because I love this movie. I can pop this movie in if it's on a streaming site, and I just have to turn it on, and I can just sit down and watch it anytime. And then there's a train. Next one is Edgar Wright. Most people go with Shaun of the Dead or any of those trilogy movies. But for me, my heart belongs to his movie, Baby Driver. This movie is fantastic. This looks great in 4K. If you do not have this movie, definitely get this in your collection because this is a fun movie. The soundtrack is amazing. Yeah, it's got Kevin Spacey. It's hard to separate the guy's personal life from his art life because he's good at this. But still, love this movie. Oh shoot, my list went away. Next up is this person's kind of polarizing. They got out of order. Sorry. This person's kind of polarizing. I like his stuff most of the time. He did Looper. I liked his Star Wars movie. But that pick is Rian Johnson. He did amazing, and it's Knives Out. This movie is great, start to finish, a great murder mystery, and I am looking forward to the second one. It's going to be on Netflix, so that'll be a definitely watch day one. Get this in your collection ASAP. And then this one is a movie that I recommend to everybody. On the surface, why would anybody want to see this movie? It's about, my brain just stopped working there for a minute. It's about a boy whose imaginary friend is Hitler, okay? On the surface, on paper, you're like, why would anybody want to watch that? Why? But Taika Waititi does an amazing job making you care about these characters. Hitler's not real, he's an imaginary friend. Scarlett Johansson, Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell does not get talked about a lot. He's fantastic in this. And there's some scenes in here that are just heart-wrenching. If you haven't seen this, this is my go-to recommendation every time everybody says, hey, Rich, you got a movie that I should watch? Or, hey, I'm bored, what movie should I watch? Jojo Rabbit is my always go-to because I love this movie. Next up is a person that everybody tried to, probably going to pick, if they pick this director, either going to pick Inception or the Batman movies or Tenet, which Tenet was me. I could take it or leave it with Tenet, but this one was fantastic. It's Dunkirk. It took me so long to find. I watched it for the first time this year, and it's 4K. It's fantastic transfer. If you don't have this in your collection and you like war movies, definitely get it in your collection. Next actor is, or next director, I'm sorry, is John Krasinski. He hasn't done a whole lot, but I loved his very first outing in A Quiet Place. 4K, looks great. I'm looking forward to the third Quiet Place because he knocked the first two out of the park, and he's a good actor too. And this one, I tried to avoid comic book movies. In the first two challenge, I missed the first challenge because I was too lazy and didn't want to pull out all these movies. But then I seen everybody having fun. So I told myself, with actors and actresses, I wasn't going to pull comic book movies because everybody pulls comic book movies. And I'm starting, as me as a comic book guy, I'm on the verge of getting burned out on comic book movies. I still can't put my finger on why. And I asked myself that a lot. I said, what is it that I'm getting burned out on comic book movies? Anyway, that's for a whole nother video. But finally, I had to break down and pick out a comic book movie, and that's Todd Phillips, The Joker. Some people don't like this. I think this movie is perfect from start to finish. Joaquin Phoenix does an amazing job. The mental health. This movie is about mental health, and they do such a good job of portraying somebody breaking, their mind breaking. So definitely have this in your collection. Next one, and number 21 on my list, is I almost picked this for the actresses, but I was like, I did it strategically. I was like, I have to pick this movie for directors. For her very first outing, this lady knocked it out of the park. This is one of my favorite movies of 2019. It's just fantastic from start to finish. And that is Olivia Wilde's Booksmart. I know some people don't like it, but I love it. These two girls in this are amazing. This girl right here, she turned into a great. I've seen her in a few other things, and she's fantastic. And Olivia Wilde did an amazing job. With that said, what's that movie called? Don't Worry, Darling. I went and saw that in theater. I enjoyed it for the most part, but there were some things. Visually, it was stunning, and if the gossip around that movie is true, I'm a little disappointed in what Olivia Wilde did. I hope it's not true, but hey, we weren't there, so we can't say for sure. But anyway, next up is one director that everybody's probably going to pick Iron Man 2, but no, I picked Jon Favreau, and because I think he's a good director. He did a great job with 1 and 2. Iron Man 2 has its faults, but Iron Man 1 for me is almost a perfect movie. It's so good. But there's a movie he did that's better than Iron Man, and that is Chef. This movie is such a great watch. I can pop this in, and it makes me happy because I love food. Look at me, I'm a fatty. I just love it. If you have not seen Chef, do yourself a favor and watch it, because Jon Favreau does an amazing job. And this next director is, I can't say his last name, Denis Villeneuve, the guy that did Dune. I'm not a fan of Dune. I thought it was very boring. Visually, it looks amazing. And he's some other stuff I like of his, like Arrival. He did Arrival. I enjoyed that. But this one, I think this is his best work because it's really character driven and it's heartbreaking at the same time. And that is Prisoners. Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal do such a good job in this. And Paul Dano. I think it's Paul Dano, right? Yeah, Paul Dano is fucking creepy as fuck in this. I love this movie. If you've seen it, again, I'm going to say this every movie I pick because I love them. Go watch this. Okay, again, I said I tried to avoid comic book movies. But out of all the MCU movies, this is my favorite. So I picked it. And that is the Russo brothers. I tried not to pick a duo, but I couldn't help it here because I love this comic book movie. And that is Captain America, The Winter Soldier. I'm a huge comic book guy. And the Winter Soldier storyline in the comics after Civil War, this was fantastic. Seeing it transfer to the big screen and seeing Bucky Barnes as a Winter Soldier for the first time on screen blew my mind. I gasped because I love Bucky Barnes, the character in the comics, and seeing it on the screen in the MCU made me so happy. I love that moment more than Avengers Endgame when all the characters appear on screen. That's nothing compared to when you see Bucky Barnes for the first time on screen. Loved it. And then next up is an actor or a director. He's only got 3 movies out. He's directed, and all 3 of them I enjoyed. But this one is still my favorite, and that is Jordan Peele's Get Out. I love this movie. There's a lot in this movie to digest, a lot of social commentary, and I get it, but this is a great movie. If you don't have Jordan Peele's Get Out or if you haven't seen any of Jordan Peele's movies, I recommend seeing Get Out first, and then Us, and then these are all in order they came out, and Nope. I mean, while I enjoyed Nope, it's not his best work, but I still had fun watching it. And then from an ensemble pick, again, like I said, I tried to avoid comic book movies, but this one I couldn't avoid it. This is a fantastic movie. I remember when this movie was announced, I was like, there's no way this movie is going to be any good. Why would they pick this property to go with? And the director, I wasn't very familiar with the director at the time, and so when I saw this movie, I was blown away. This movie was fantastic from start to finish, and that director is James Gunn, Guardian of the Galaxy. Oh, I love this movie. It's so good. I need to upgrade this to 4K still. But in the ensemble cast, you got Chris Pratt, Batista, the girl that plays, I'm terrible at names. Anybody knows who's in this movie. Great movie. You got Vin Diesel doing Groot. You got Bradley Cooper doing Rocket Raccoon. Anyway, everybody knows who's in James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy. This was a fun movie, great ensemble cast. I figured everybody's going to pick Endgame or Infinity Watch, but I wanted to go with a lesser property, not lesser, but not as much talked about as Endgame and Infinity Watch or Avengers, any of the Avengers movies. I wanted to go with James Gunn and Guardians of the Galaxy. So there you go, Huck. Thank you again for doing this. I appreciate everything you do. You're giving us great content to put out. So thank you for that. And I can't wait for the next one after this. And remember, guys, thank you for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button, turn your notifications on. And I want to hear you guys' comments on these 26 movies. If you like them, hate them, don't agree with my picks, that's okay. Just tell me what you think, because I love it. Remember, be kind, be safe, and be kind to one another. That's all I ask. Thank you guys for watching.